Hello, this is Angela with Angela's Busy Bees Garden and Homestead. Guys, I just want to give you a quick tour of the home garden and let you see what I have been able to plant in my Tennessee Growing Zone 7B garden. So as you enter into the garden, you see 5 containers of collard greens with marigolds in the middle of each one of them. And to the left is where I have my broccoli, marigolds. Here is a flower here that really attracts the butterflies. It's called Sedum Autumn Joy. And because I planted potatoes in here last year, I think I saw one potato plant that was coming up. But primarily in this bed is my broccoli, and there are some marigolds in here as well. Over here is my sugar snap peas, and I planted them around each place where the trellis would be inserted so that it could attach to the pole. Over here in this pot, I have my curly kale, and in the middle pot there is a marigold. And what you see here is a 2-pot system where I can put fertilizer, or not fertilizer, compost or kitchen scraps in the bottom, and then plant on top. And so as it rains or whenever I water, it helps to break down the food scraps in there and feeds the soil and the plants. Over here, as you can see, it's a whole row of large pots. But here is some more broccoli and a marigold there in the middle. More curly kale and a marigold here in the middle. There's more broccoli here. And there was one additional broccoli plant right there, but it didn't make it. Our weather has just been up and down, cold, then it'll turn hot. So I'm really hoping that none of my brassicas go to seed, thinking that this is, season 2 for them. Here is my Swiss chard. It's looking very lovely. I'm noticing some bites on the leaves, so I need to take care of that as soon as all of this rain is past us, because we're expecting rain tomorrow and I think about 3 more days this coming week. But here is my iceberg lettuce, and as you can see, it's trying to ball up in the middle, and there's a marigold there in the middle of this container as well. Here, guys, you would not believe, but these were some of the first beds that were cleaned out. But as you can see, the grass and the weeds are really just not letting up this year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some cardboard and kind of place the cardboard around each of the plants, and then use my wood chips to mulch on top to try to suppress the grass and the weeds. But in the front here, on this front row, I have my Brussels sprouts, and in the back there's cabbage. There's marigolds also interplanted in the bed, and I may add some bell peppers. I'll probably wait until nighttime temperatures are at least in the 50s before I plant more of the bell peppers. But I sowed a whole lot of seeds of bell peppers, and so some I have already placed in the garden, and some I'm just holding back just in case the ones I've planted, become stunted or, does not do well. In front of these raised beds and the center blocks, I have daylilies. I also had daffodils and tulips planted. But in this bed, I've got cucumbers. In fact, there are cucumbers in front of all of the trellises. So there's cucumbers there. I've got basil, tomatoes, bell peppers and marigolds. And I think I can add some more things to this bed. I'm trying to use as much space as possible this year. And I'm also utilizing, or will be utilizing, the space in the center blocks as well. And in this back bed over here, of course, again, there's cucumbers. All of these are the straight 8 cucumbers. And in this bed, I've already planted green beans. So there are about 6 rows of green beans. They were planted on April 3rd, so they haven't come up as of yet. And over here, in these 2 large containers, I have more of the collard greens. I've got jalapeno peppers, and I have marigolds. Over here in the back, this is my comfrey. I purchased 1 piece of comfrey from Diva Jones 03 several years ago, and she gave me a little piece, and I have been able to just multiply it. But this is going to be my source of fertilizing this year. I'll be chopping it and placing it in a container with water, allowing it to sit for about 2 weeks, and then I will be diluting it and using it to fertilize my garden. Over in this area where you see I have the pine needles, this is where I have all of my blueberries. And as you can see, some of them have started flowering. And I'm going to say the same thing everyone is saying this year. The birds, I'm sorry, you can't have my blueberries this year. This here, guys, is my blackberry vine, and they are very invasive. So wherever you plant them, just keep in mind that they may not stay there. They're going to travel underground. And then wherever the tips of the blackberries touch soil, they will begin to root, and you'll begin to have another plant in that area. In this bed, I haven't done anything as of yet, but I'm planning on planting more bell peppers, some more herbs, and maybe 1 tomato in the back. Here is the front, but I'm going to turn around over to these beds now. So in this bed, I planted onions. There are garlic that was planted in the cells of the cinder blocks. I also have some shallots growing. And then right here in the middle, these are those allium flowers. But this is primarily an onion bed. And then over here, my potatoes have started coming up. And also in this bed, I have a sedum autumn joy. I just absolutely love the shape of it. And there's some thyme, as you see here, that's growing like a ground cover. I'll probably pull some of this back, but I've got about 8 potatoes in this bed. And look at the thyme over there. But the potatoes have come up very nicely. And then back behind here, I planted some carrot seeds. And some of the carrots have come up, and some, I'm seeing little sprouts where they are coming up. But when I planted them, I forgot to use my bone meal. So I just went back and sprinkled a little. I think I'm going to put a flower right here in this empty pot to help with, pollination, to attract beneficial insects to the garden. But this is what the garden is looking like in early April. And again, this is the home garden. So I'll just give you a view. And I have been able to mulch in between all of the raised beds using my wood chips that I received about a month or so ago. But this is the home garden. Thank you so much for watching. And if you are new to my channel, my name is Angela, and I am a homesteader in Tennessee, growing zone 7B. I also have a market garden, and I raise chickens here on the homestead. If this is something that you might be interested in, go on and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified each time I post a new video. And for those of you who are continued supporters, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time and your effort in coming by just to say hello, leaving a positive comment. It means a whole lot to me. Thank you so much. God bless. Bye-bye.